I never ask for help. Not from my family. Not from my friends. I fix everything by myself. I thought this made me strong. My name is Lena. I am 28 years old. I live in a small apartment in the city. It is clean and quiet. I like it that way. Every morning I wake up at 7 a.m. I make coffee. I check my emails. I go to work on time. My life looks simple, maybe even good. But people do not see the full story. At work, I sit at my desk and do my tasks. I do not talk much. I do not ask questions. If I do not understand something, I search online. If I make a mistake, I fix it before anyone sees it. One day my manager walked to my desk. "Lena, do you need help with this report?" he asked. I smiled a little. "No, I'm okay. I can do it." He looked at me for a second. Then he nodded and walked away. I felt proud. I always feel proud in moments like this. I tell myself, "See? You don't need anyone." At lunch, my co-workers sit together. They talk and laugh. Sometimes they call my name. "Lena, come sit with us." I look up from my screen. I smile. "Maybe next time," I say. There is always a next time. But I never go. I eat alone at my desk. I finish my food fast. Then I go back to work. It is easier this way. No questions, no pressure, no need to explain myself. I have always been like this. When I was a child, my mother worked long hours. My father was often away. I learned to do things on my own. I made my own meals. I finished my homework alone. I solved my own problems. Once, when I was 10, I failed a math test. My teacher said, "You can ask for help next time." I nodded, but I did not ask. That night, I sat at my desk for hours. I read the same page again and again. I did not understand everything, but I kept going. When I got a better score the next time, I felt something strong in my chest. It was not just happiness, it was control. From that day, I told myself one thing. If I try hard enough, I don't need anyone. Years later, this idea stayed with me. In university, I did group projects alone. I stayed up late. I did extra work. When my teammates said, "We can help," I said, "It's okay." When I started my job, nothing changed. I arrived early. I left late. I took on more tasks than I needed. One evening, my co-worker Anna stopped by my desk. "You're still here?" she asked. "Yes," I said, "just finishing something." She looked at my screen. "That looks like a lot. Do you want me to help?" I shook my head. "No, really, I'm fine." Anna did not leave right away. "You don't have to do everything alone," she said softly. I laughed a little. "I know, I just prefer it." She gave me a small smile. "Okay, but I'm here if you need me." I nodded. "Thank you." But in my mind, I already closed that door. I watched her walk away. Then I turned back to my screen. The office was quiet. The lights were dim. My eyes felt tired, but I kept working. "This is what I do," I told myself. "I handle things. I solve problems. I stay strong. No one sees my stress. No one hears my doubts. And that is exactly how I want it. Or, at least, that is what I believed. Because I did not know something was coming. Something I could not fix alone. Something that would break this quiet life I built so carefully. One day, everything changed. The email came on a Tuesday morning. I saw the subject line. "Important meeting, 10 a.m. My hand stopped on the mouse. Something felt wrong. I looked around the office. It was quiet, but not normal quiet. People were not talking much. Some faces looked tense. Some people kept checking their phones. At 9:58, I walked into the meeting room. My manager was already there. So was someone from HR. I sat down. No one smiled. My manager took a small breath. "Lena," he said, "thank you for coming." I nodded. I did not speak. He looked at the table for a second. Then he looked at me again. "We have to make some difficult changes in the company," he said. I felt my chest tighten. "This is not about your performance," he added quickly. "You have done very good work." I heard the words, but they felt far away. Then he said it. "Today will be your last day with us." The room went silent. I did not cry. I did not ask why. I did not say anything. I just nodded. "Okay," I said. My voice sounded calm. Too calm. The HR person spoke next. She explained the process. Papers, final pay, return of equipment. I listened. I nodded again. Inside, something was falling apart, but I kept my face still. At 10:20, the meeting ended. "That's all," my manager said softly. "We are really sorry, Lena." I stood up. "Thank you," I said. Then I walked out. Back at my desk, everything looked the same. My chair, my computer, my coffee cup. But nothing felt the same. I sat down slowly. For a moment, I did not move. Then I started packing. Notebook, pens, a small photo. My hands moved fast. My mind stayed quiet. Anna walked over. "Hey," I heard, she said. I looked up at her. I forced a small smile. "It's okay," I said. "These things happen." She frowned a little. "Are you sure? This is sudden." "I'm fine," I said again. She hesitated. "If you need anything, just tell me," she said. I nodded. "I will." But I already knew I wouldn't. Around me, people started to notice. Some looked at me, then looked away. Some came closer. "Good luck, Lena. You'll find something soon. Keep in touch." I smiled. I said thank you. I said all the right words. At noon, I left the office. No one stopped me. The door closed behind me with a soft sound. I stood outside for a moment. The street was busy. Cars moved. People walked fast. Life went on. I held my bag tightly. I told myself, stay calm. I walked to the bus stop. I sat down. And then the silence came. No emails, no tasks, no plan. Just me. I looked at my phone. There were messages from Anna, from a few co-workers. "Are you okay? Let's meet soon." My finger moved over the screen, then I locked it. I was not ready to answer. That night, I sat in my apartment. The room felt bigger than before. Too big. I opened my laptop. I searched for jobs. I updated my resume. I sent out 5 applications, then 10, then more. "I can do this," I said out loud. My voice sounded strong. I wanted to believe it. Days passed. No reply. Weeks passed. Still nothing. Sometimes I got emails. "Thank you for your interest. We regret to inform you." I read them. Then I closed them. I worked harder. More applications. More searching. Less sleep. I did everything alone, just like before. 1 month passed, then 3, then 6. I stopped counting after that, but I never changed my words. Whenever someone asked, I said the same thing. "I'm fine. I'm working on it. I can handle this." Even when I felt tired, even when I felt scared, I still believed one thing. If I try hard enough, I don't need anyone. But something inside me was starting to crack, and I did not know how long I could hold it together. Time moved, but my life did not. Days looked the same. Mornings felt heavy. Nights felt longer. I stopped setting an alarm. Some days I woke up at 8. Some days at 10. Sometimes I stayed in bed and stared at the ceiling. I told myself, just 1 more minute. But that minute became an hour. I still looked for jobs. At first I searched every day. I sent many applications. I wrote careful emails. I checked every word. But after many months, something changed. I still opened my laptop, but I closed it faster. I still read job posts, but I felt tired before I finished. Each no felt heavier than before. Each silence felt louder. To pay rent, I took small jobs. Short jobs. Simple jobs. I worked at a cafe for a few weeks. I helped at a small shop. I did data entry at home. Nothing stayed. Nothing felt stable. My world became very small. My apartment, the nearby street, the same grocery store. I stopped going to busy places. Too many people, too many questions. I did not want to explain my life. My phone still received messages. At first, my friends wrote often. "Hey, how are you? Want to meet this weekend? I found a job post for you." I read every message. I did not reply. I told myself I will answer later, but later never came. Days passed, then weeks. The messages became fewer, then quieter, then almost gone. One night I opened our old chat. I scrolled up, photos, jokes, plans. We looked happy. I touched the screen, but I did not type anything. I did not know what to say. I am still not okay. I still have no job. I feel lost. The words stayed in my head, not on the screen. I felt something heavy in my chest. Shame. That was the word. I felt ashamed of my life, ashamed that I could not fix it, ashamed that I was not as strong as I thought. But still, I did not ask for help. One afternoon I went to a small cafe. I sat by the window. I ordered the cheapest drink. I stayed for hours. Around me people talked and laughed. A group of friends sat near me. They shared food. They shared stories. One girl said, "I was so stressed, but my friend helped me a lot." They all smiled. I looked down at my cup. My coffee was cold. I held it, but I did not drink. A quiet thought came to me. What if I asked for help? I felt it for just 1 second. Then I pushed it away. No, I told myself, I can do this. I always say this, even when it hurts, even when I feel tired, even when I feel alone. That night I went home early. I did not turn on the lights right away. I sat in the dark. The room was silent. Too silent. I looked at my phone again. There was one new message. From Mia. We were close in the past. She always noticed small things. "Hey," the message said. "I was thinking about you today." I stared at the screen. My finger did not move. Then another message came. "Are you okay?" My chest felt tight. I wanted to say yes. I wanted to say, "I'm fine." But this time, the words felt heavy. Too heavy. I put my phone down. I stood up. I walked to the window. The city lights were bright, but I felt far away from everything. I closed my eyes. For the first time in a long time, I did not feel strong. I felt small, very small. I whispered to myself, "I'm tired." The room did not answer, but something inside me finally did. And it was not strength. It was the quiet truth I tried to hide for 3 years. I could not do this alone anymore. I did not reply to Mia that night. I held my phone. I opened the chat. Then I closed it again. I did this many times. My mind was full of words, but my hands stayed still. The next morning, I woke up early. I did not sleep well. My eyes felt heavy. My head felt slow. The first thing I did was check my phone. There was another message. "I'm nearby today," Mia wrote. "Can we meet, just for a short time?" I stared at the screen. My heart beat faster. I wanted to say no. That was my habit. That was my safe answer. "No, I'm busy." "No, maybe next time." "No, I'm fine." These words came to my mind again. Easy words, safe words. But something felt different this time. I remembered last night. "I'm tired." The words were still inside me. Quiet, but strong. I sat on my bed for a long time. Then I typed one word. "Okay." I looked at it. I almost deleted it. But I didn't. I pressed send. We met at a small cafe near my apartment. I arrived early. I chose a seat in the corner. I wanted to hide. Just a little. My hands felt cold. I kept looking at the door. Then Mia walked in. She looked the same. Warm eyes, soft smile. When she saw me, she waved. "Lena," she said, and walked over. I stood up. "Hi," I said. My voice was quiet. We sat down. For a few seconds we did not speak. Then she smiled gently. "It's been a long time," she said. "Yes," I said. Another silence. She looked at me, not in a hard way, but in a careful way. "Are you okay?" she asked. The question was simple, but it felt heavy. I looked at the table. My fingers touched the cup. "I'm okay," I started to say. The old answer. The safe answer. But the words stopped. They did not come out. My throat felt tight. Mia did not speak. She just waited. "You don't have to be strong all the time," she said softly. Something broke, not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly and deeply. I looked up at her. My eyes felt hot. "I'm not okay," I said. My voice shook. It was the first time I said these words out loud. "I lost my job. A long time ago," I said. "I tried. I really tried." The words came out in small pieces. "I sent so many applications. I waited. I failed." I looked down again. "I didn't tell anyone. I didn't want people to worry. I thought I could fix it." My hands were shaking now. "But I can't," I whispered. "I can't do it anymore." Tears fell on the table. I tried to stop them, but I couldn't. "I feel lost," I said. "I feel ashamed. I feel alone." The cafe was still busy. People talked, cups moved, doors opened. But in that moment, I only heard my own voice and my own truth. Mia did not interrupt. She did not give advice right away. She just listened. When I finished, I felt empty, but also a little lighter. Mia reached out her hand. She did not say much. "It's okay," she said quietly. "Not you're fine, not be strong. Just, it's okay." I looked at her. She did not look disappointed. She did not look surprised. She looked kind. "You are not alone," she said. Simple words. But they stayed. We talked for a long time, not fast, not perfect, but real. I told her about the past 3 years, the jobs, the silence, the fear. She listened to everything. Then she said, "Can I help you?" The question felt different this time. Not heavy, not scary, just open. I took a small breath. My heart was still nervous. But I did not run away. I did not say no. This time I said something new. "Yes," I said. The word felt strange, but also warm, like opening a door I kept closed for years. Mia smiled. "Okay," she said. "Let's start together." Together. I repeated the word in my mind. After that day, things did not change overnight. But something inside me did. I was still nervous. I was still unsure. But I was not alone anymore. The next morning, Mia came to my apartment. She brought her laptop. "And coffee," she said with a smile. I let her in. My place felt different with someone else inside. Warmer. We sat at my small table. "Okay," she said, "let's look at your resume." I felt a little embarrassed. "It's not very good," I said. She shook her head. "We will fix it." We read it together, line by line. She asked simple questions. "What did you do in this job? What are you good at? What do you want now?" I answered slowly. Sometimes I stopped. Sometimes I said, "I don't know." She waited every time. She did not rush me. She helped me find the words, clear words, strong words. For the first time I saw my own story in a new way. Not just failure, but effort. Not just silence, but strength. "This is good," she said. I looked at the screen. It did look better. It felt real. A few days later, Mia sent me a message. "I shared your resume with a friend," she wrote. "They are hiring. Are you interested?" My heart beat faster. A chance. But also fear. "What if I fail again?" I typed. She replied quickly, "That's okay. Just try." Just try. Simple words. But they gave me a small push. "Okay," I wrote. The interview was on a Friday morning. I stood in front of the building. My hands felt cold again. Just like before. But this time something was different. I took a deep breath. "You are not alone," I said quietly. Then I walked in. The room was bright. 2 people sat across from me. They smiled. "Tell us about yourself," one of them said. "In the past, I tried to sound perfect, strong, always strong. But this time I spoke differently. My name is Lena," I said. "I have work experience in office support. I had a hard time in the past few years." I paused, but I did not stop. "I lost my job," I said. "I tried to find a new one. It was not easy." I looked at them. "But I did not give up," I added. "I kept learning. I kept trying." My voice was not perfect, but it was honest. And for the first time, I felt okay with that. A few days later, my phone rang. I looked at the screen. Unknown number. My heart jumped. I answered. "Hello." "Hi, is this Lena?" "Yes." "This is from the company you interviewed with." I held my breath. "We would like to offer you the position." For a second, I could not speak. "Hello," the voice said. "Yes, yes," I said quickly. "Thank you." I ended the call. I stood still in my room. Then I sat down. Then I laughed. A small laugh at first. Then bigger. Then tears. But this time they felt different, not heavy, light. That evening I met Mia again. Same cafe, same table, but a different me. "I got the job," I said. She smiled right away. "I knew it," she said. I shook my head. "No, I didn't." We both laughed. I looked at her. "Thank you," I said. The words were simple, but they were full. She waved a hand a little. "That's what friends are for," she said. Later that night, I walked home alone. But it did not feel lonely. The streetlights were soft. The air felt calm. I thought about the past, the long days, the quiet nights, the heavy silence, and I thought about now. I am still me. I still work hard. I still try my best. But something is different. Before, I told myself, I do everything alone. Now I tell myself something new. I can stand on my own. But I don't have to stand alone. I smiled a little. Being strong is good, but letting people in is stronger.